A person can ignore you completely, and you feel fine. Someone else stays silent for 2 hours, and it ruins your entire day. Why? No argument happened, no rejection, no goodbye, just silence. So, why does silence sometimes hurt more than words? This is Rachel, an ordinary Tuesday. She's at work, drinking coffee, laughing with a coworker. Nothing unusual, she sends a message. And somewhere between sending it and the reply that hasn't come yet, a film starts playing, not on her phone, in her head. She checks. Nothing. 10 minutes later, checks again. Nothing. And without deciding to, her mind starts writing a story anyway. In modern language, this has a name. Rachel isn't waiting anymore. She's officially left on red. And her nervous system has taken that personally. Notice what just happened. Nothing changed on the outside. But somewhere inside, an entire relationship was quietly imagined. And her body is already reacting to it as if it were true. At this point, most of you are already diagnosing her. Anxious attachment. Maybe, but not yet. We're not done investigating. Here's something the brain genuinely can't stand: an unfinished story. Imagine opening a book, reading 10 chapters, and finding the last one missing. Your mind won't let that go. It goes looking for an ending. Any ending, because completion feels safer than not knowing. The brain would rather have a painful answer than no answer at all. That's not a flaw. That's the whole mechanism. So, it's the brain, filling in blanks. Case closed? Not exactly, because that still doesn't explain why two people can get the exact same silence and react completely differently. Most people think the thought comes first, a scary thought, then a bodily reaction. It's usually the other way around. Before Rachel has even formed a sentence in her head, her shoulders have already tightened. Her stomach has already dropped. Her breathing has already changed. Only then does her mind arrive, looking at what her body is already feeling and asking, why? Most people think, I feel anxious because of my thoughts. That's not what's happening. The thought is trying to explain a feeling the body already created. The body notices danger first. The mind goes looking for evidence second. And it can usually find some. Her body filed the incident report before her brain even showed up to the scene. So, it's the nervous system. Closer. But why does the nervous system react this fast to something this small? A small girl walks home from school. She looks at the door before she opens it, and she genuinely doesn't know what's waiting on the other side. Warmth, some days. Distance, on others. No one says anything different. The room just feels different. So she learns to watch, to listen, to read every silence for a clue. Not because silence itself was dangerous, because silence back then came right before something unpredictable. The nervous system doesn't just remember events. It remembers the feeling of waiting to find out. Most people think they're reacting to today's silence. That's not what's happening. Their nervous system is recognizing an old pattern inside a brand new moment. Silence doesn't remind you of rejection. It reminds your body of uncertainty. And uncertainty once meant danger. And here's the part some of you won't love. If you need constant reassurance to feel calm, the problem usually isn't that the other person gives you too little. It's that you're asking a relationship to do a job it was never built for, proving something over and over to a system that would need proof every 5 minutes to ever feel satisfied. Quick thought experiment. 2 men. The first rarely texts, sometimes hours pass. But when you're together, he's fully present, follows through, consistent. The second texts you all day. Good morning, good night, constant attention. But when you're actually together, he's distracted, distant. So, which relationship is safer? Most people say the second one, more messages feel like more reassurance. That's not what's happening. The number of messages was never the same thing as emotional safety. Somewhere along the way, text me good morning every day, quietly outranked, actually shows up on a lot of people's list of green flags. We should probably fix that. Consistency creates safety, not constant contact. I already know some of you are drafting your comment defending the constant texter. Go ahead, make the case. I want to see it. So here's what to actually do. Next time someone goes quiet, not stop caring, something simpler. Before you ask, what does this silence mean? Ask two other questions instead. What do I actually know? And what is my mind only imagining? Watch what happens when Rachel tries it herself. The moment you separate the fact from the story, your mind gets a little quieter. Not because the uncertainty disappears, because you stop treating every thought like it's evidence. Rachel's case is closed for today. If you want to run this experiment on your own silence, I put together a short workbook to help you tell fact from story. Links below. Her phone buzzes. She grabs it before she's even decided to. Heart rate up. Thumb already on the screen. It's not him. A delivery notification. She exhales, and for half a second, feels almost embarrassed by how fast she moved. That's the whole mechanism in real time, in under 2 seconds. Somewhere out there, a delivery driver just briefly ruined and then saved her entire afternoon and has absolutely no idea. Same apartment, same conversation. And once again, silence. Nothing has changed. The screen is still empty. Rachel notices the familiar urge. Check again, maybe now. For a moment, the old story starts to appear. This time, she notices it happening. And instead of arguing with it, she just lets it exist without following it. She puts the phone down, screen side down, takes a slow breath, picks up her book. Maybe the message arrives, maybe it doesn't right now. She doesn't know. And for the first time, she doesn't need to know. So the next time someone goes silent, don't ask first what their silence means. Ask yourself instead, what story did my mind begin writing before I knew the facts? I'll see you in the next investigation.